Hey guys, it's Dave coming to you from the paddock here in Southern Maryland. Um, just a nice Saturday afternoon. Spent a little bit of time catching up here. I brought a bunch of stuff. I had a bunch of stuff shipped here while I was in Wyoming, and I brought some stuff in the truck with me. So my workbench is a bit of a disaster. You can kind of see it over here too. So just want to say hi, give everyone an update. Um, got a couple visitors in the paddocks. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show them to you real quick. I got Sasha and Ranger here in the paddock. That was one of Ranger's favorite toys. He wants me to throw it for him. Sasha thinks it's more nap time. It's really Ranger's first visit to the paddocks. He was here for about an hour yesterday, but he spent a few hours with me today. Sasha under my desk. And then under my other desk was Ranger. Anyway, it's nice to have both of them here. I like Ranger and I have become buds over it. He's 4.5 years old, and I feel as close to him as any of my other dogs. But anyway, it's nice to have him here. Smoking my Maryland Meerschaum Church Warden, and I'm still doing, just like I was yesterday, I'm doing my Borkum Riff. Original Black Cavendish. So today I'm going back and forth. I did a bowl of Cavendish, Black Cavendish, doing a bowl of original right now, and I have to say I like the original more than the Cavendish right now. So anyway, I enjoy the Borkum Riff more than I expected to, even on day 2. Thank you, Greg. I should hold it this one. The flint's gone out on this one, so I need to get the flint replaced. Something I need to learn how to do. So before I left Wyoming, we talked one day about Trump forming his warrior task force to review all the generals in the U.S. military, get the woke ones out of their jobs, and make way for generals who want to be warriors in the way they lead it. And I put a spreadsheet together because a bunch of people are asking, well, how many generals are there? How big a task is this? So in typical Dave no life fashion, I put a spreadsheet together. I want to turn you around and go over that with you. All right, so it turns out the number of active general officers in the U.S. military across all branches is specified in the U.S. Code. So it's specified in law. It can only be changed by Congress. So it's the total number is authorized in Title 10, Section 526 of the U.S. Code, or USC. And you can see that the Army is authorized 219 general officers. The Navy is authorized 150 general officers. The Air Force is authorized 171. The Marines are authorized 64, and Space Force is authorized 21. Total 625 general officers in the U.S. military. Then Title 10, Section 525, the section before that it gives the totals, it actually breaks it down and says how many 4 stars, 3 stars, and 2 stars are authorized. So you can just see these numbers, but they can't exceed the 219. And so the 1 star is not specified, so I believe it's just the general officer total subtracting all these 4 star, 3 star, 2 stars gives you the number of 1 stars that can be appointed. So you look across here, and there's 625 general officers are authorized in total. There are 27 4 stars authorized, 148 3 star authorized, 242 stars are authorized, and I believe that leaves 210 left for the 1 stars. And they're all broken down by the branch of the military. But I just thought it was kind of interesting that it's actually specified in the U.S. Annotated Code of Law, or USC, and it's in these 2 sections, Title 10, Section 525, and Title 10, 526. So 625 officers probably need to be reviewed. That's the total count. I don't know how many the warrior force will actually review, but there you go. There's the number. And here's the actual law. So you can see that it's section 525 and we're in title 10. I guess I can pan up. So here you can see we're in title 10, armed forces. 525, distribution of commissioned officers on active duty and general officer and flag officer grades. And you can just see them laid out right here. Number 1 is the Army. Number 2 is the Air Force. Number 3, the Navy. Number 4, the Marine Corps. And number 5, Space Force. And you can see how many are allowed in the 4-star, 3-star, and 2-star grades right there. So there's the actual U.S. law. Then here you see Title 10, Section 526. You can see right here that the total counts for the Army is 219, 150, 171, 64 for the Marine Corps, and 21. So that's where I got those numbers from, right from the U.S. law. So I just thought you might be interested in seeing how big a job this is. All right, guys, with the acquisition of Sutliff, and there's a lot of, it's all rumors right now, right? But the rumors that some of Sutliff's line may not be produced any longer. The McBaren line makes me most nervous. So rather than wait and hear that, McBaren is, the acquisition of Sutliff means the McBaren line may go away. It doesn't affect me in a lot of ways, but so I did do one panic buy. I did 5 pounds of HH Old Dark Fired Ready Rub. This is probably my number 1 or number 2 blend on my top 10 list. So that's 5 pounds that will go to the Wyoming cellar. I have plenty here, but I wanted to put 5 pounds in, in the Wyoming cellar. But I didn't want to wait to try to order it till, I'm out there in mid-January. I just don't know. So rather than worry about it or become part of the story, I just thought I'd get ahead of it. So I got 5 pounds sitting here. It'll go in the truck with me back to Wyoming, and I'll jar it up when I get to the Wyoming house. So there's one order that is sitting here ready for the return to Wyoming. I did one other order because the other part of the story that makes me a little bit nervous is there are other companies that rely on the Sutliff blends to make their blends. Now, will it impact them? I don't know. But if you've watched my channel for any length of time, I prefer to take control of situations. Then I can sit back and watch the story evolve. If it doesn't happen, I'm good to go. If it does happen, I'm not affected because I've cellared pretty deep. So I brought in a whole bunch of Ken Byron Ventures Burley Morning Pipe. I don't know if this will be impacted by it, but I know Ken Byron has started talking about he's worried that some of the things he makes will be not available any longer should Sutliff stop making some of the materials. So I bought a whole bunch of, like I said, Burley Morning Pipe. This another one of my top 2 or 3, and then Dark Fired Cherry. That's another one. So between the Old Dark Fired Ready Rub, Burley Morning Pipe, Dark Fired Cherry, I think my top 3 blends are going to be cellared pretty deep. Again, it's cellared deep here, but now all this will go out to the Wyoming house and become part of my Wyoming cellar. So my top 3 blends now are deeply cellared in both places. So whether you call that a panic buy or living in fear, I don't really care. It just takes me out of the story. So pretty happy. But those are some nice new additions to what will be the Wyoming cellar when I go back. I'll cut them all up, jar them all up, do it right. But I won't do that till I get out there in January. So something I drove in the truck from Wyoming to here in Maryland. Like you can see Jackson Hole. This is Albertsons. Teton County, you can't have temporary bags or plastic bags. So you either pay a quarter for every paper bag or you buy a couple of these and take them with you. So that's what I've done. But I brought a bunch of things from the Wyoming cellar. back to the Maryland cellar because I don't need all of this. I'm not sure how good these are or how much they're my favorite. So, but hey, the first thing is Jilly's Bowl. This is when Potter Piper came and stayed with me for, I think we were there 9 or 10 days, and Jilly came with us, and we inadvertently left Jilly's Bowl in Wyoming, so it's now in Maryland, easily shipped. So this will be heading north to Potter Piper soon. And then I had too much scarecrow in Wyoming, so I brought half of it here to cellar in Maryland. I have too much Joie de Vivre in Wyoming. I have 10 of these in Wyoming, so there's now 5 and 5. Same here, 5 and 5. And one other one. Oh, wait. You guys saw my Pipe Force episode 3 review. There are now 5 in Wyoming and 5 in Maryland. And then the last one is this Thanksgiving blend. I now have 5 in Wyoming and 5 in Maryland. So anyway, that's pretty much the contents of this grocery bag that came across. Guys, I'm really liking this Borkum Riff. Borkum Riff. I don't know why I want to say it wrong every time. Borkum Riff. So again, Walt, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Walt sent me, like I told you yesterday, 2 of each of these. Several of you guys mentioned this is really meant more for mixing with, other blends. I'm just not there yet. I watch you guys do it. I'm not ready to start mixing blends yet. But the Borkum Riff Original is something I enjoy quite a bit. So my boy flies in today. In fact, my wife has left for the airport to go pick him up. So in the next 3-4 hours, the 3 of us will be together having dinner tonight, which is really nice. I get Sean for 8 days. He leaves next weekend. I appreciate him coming and spending a whole week with us. At 23, he certainly has the ability to make his own decisions and schedule his own life, but to come spend the Thanksgiving week with us is pretty damn cool. God of fire. So my daughter flies home for Christmas December 15th, and we get her for almost a month. So I'm hoping I can convince Sean to fly in December 15th and spend maybe 3 weeks with us. My daughter doesn't return to school till the 10th of January, which works perfectly because that gives me 3 or 4 days after she leaves, make sure Emery is good, and then I can head out for my January trip. So far the dates are lining up well. I'm enjoying your videos where you guys are telling us your Thanksgiving traditions. Morg did that for us, and Dave at Central Cal Piper did that for us. I like that. I've been enjoying them. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll do mine later, but it's very traditional. And we're trying to maintain that at our house and in our family and pass that on to our kids. So, anyway, pretty damn traditional. I don't think anything I'm going to say about my past or current Thanksgivings is going to surprise anybody. Well, guys, I think that's it. I won't make it too long. Let's go ahead and lock up this video, and I'll shut up and put all the pieces together and get this video uploaded and kind of be ready for my boy to get home tonight. So the real priority over the next 7 days is going to be making sure Sean feels good about coming home. So I'm going to be spending most of my time there. I probably won't come to the paddock every day, I don't think. I'd like to do some fire pit side chats with you on the cigars. I just have to see how that flows out time wise with my family because they've got to be first priority for the next 7 days. All right, guys. Hope you have a great Saturday. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving week in front of you. I know I do. All right, you guys. That's it. We will talk to you maybe tomorrow. Bye, everybody.